The Idaho Water Resource Board is working to restore the Eastern Snake Plain Aquifer to sustainable levels with a managed aquifer recharge program. 4 years after the board started the Aquifer Recharge Program in earnest, with funding from the Idaho legislature, it has been meeting or exceeding annual recharge targets.
You know, in Idaho, we were really lucky. We've got a legislature that really looked down the road, and they understand that we need to do something to make sure we take care of this great aquifer we have. And so they came up with a way to give us some money so that we could go out there and come up with some sites where we could recharge the aquifer and make that part of our yearly plan to continue to recharge the aquifer, to get water into it. And on the years when there's a lot of water, we can put more water in the aquifer and try to find a way so that we could level the aquifer out and keep that aquifer so it's there for us forever.
The annual goal is to recharge an average of 250,000 acre-feet of water per year into the aquifer. In the winter of 2017, the board recharged 317,000 acre-feet of water into the aquifer. In the winter of 2018, it recharged more than 535,000 acre-feet of water into the aquifer, more than doubling the annual goal. Mother Nature has blessed southern Idaho with large amounts of snow in the mountains and bountiful water supplies. At the same time, board staff has moved quickly and aggressively to expand recharge infrastructure in the eastern Snake Plain region, working with many canal companies and irrigation districts to develop a long-term, sustainable recharge program.
You know, water is the key to everything we do in Idaho, and people sometimes forget the southern part of the state, we live in a desert. And it's important to realize the water we have there is one of the most precious resources we have. And so by doing aquifer recharge, it does a couple things for us. Number one, it makes sure that we have water for our future needs. Number two, it makes sure we have water for those great outdoor recreational opportunities that are important to us. And thirdly, it makes sure that all industries in the state, whether it be an agriculture or a fabricating plant or a food processing plant, they all need water. And that makes sure we got water for our cities to grow, water for our farms to be sustained, and it's one of the most important things we'll do.
The Eastern Snake Plain Aquifer is a Lake Erie-sized underground reservoir that stretches from St. Anthony in eastern Idaho to Hagerman, a distance of more than 250 miles. The aquifer serves a population of more than 400,000 people, more than 1 million acres of farmland, and many prominent commercial and industrial businesses. The ESPA stores approximately 200 to 300 million acre-feet of water. 1 acre-foot equals the amount of water it takes to flood 1 acre of land to the depth of 1 foot. The depth to the groundwater varies from a few feet below the ground to more than 900 feet. Since the 1950s, the aquifer has been overdrafted by about 200,000 acre-feet per year. The decline has been caused by reduced canal seepage, excess groundwater withdrawals, and the growing use of more efficient sprinkler irrigation. A historic water settlement occurred between farmers who pump water from the aquifer for irrigation and farmers who have senior water rights drawing surface water from the Snake River. In the settlement agreement, the groundwater users agreed to reduce their consumption by 240,000 acre-feet to stabilize the aquifer. Combined with the Water Board's 250,000 acre-foot commitment to recharge, that leads to a net increase in aquifer levels of 500,000 acre-feet per year. Scientists say that should stop the drop and begin to restore the aquifer. So far, the aquifer is responding in a positive way. In the spring of 2017, the monitoring wells showed the aquifer had a net increase of 660,000 acre-feet of storage from recharge flows and other sources. In the spring of 2018, the aquifer showed a net gain of 1.7 million acre-feet of water, the largest single-year increase in the last 80 years. With funding from the Idaho legislature, the Idaho Water Resource Board pays canal companies and irrigation districts an average of $5 to $14 per acre-foot of water to use their distribution systems to send Snake River water flows into the aquifer via recharge basins, injection wells, and seepage in the Snake River Plain. Recharge operations normally occur in the late fall and winter months, from mid-October through mid-April, when surplus flows are available on the Snake River. The Idaho Water Resource Board currently has recharge water rights totaling 7,769 cubic feet per second of water flow. The board is working to increase those rights in the future. So far, the canal companies and irrigation districts have been very supportive of the program and want to participate. Most importantly, they believe in it.
That's the whole idea. It doesn't make a difference if you're a domestic user, if you're a groundwater pumper or a surface irrigator or aquaculture. The recharge projects, if we can get the kind of water we need into the aquifer and be able to stabilize or start to raise the levels, it's a benefit for the entire state.
The shareholders are really happy with this. It's a testament to what the state has done and their dedication to solving the aquifer problem. And this is something that benefits everybody in this valley.
Conservation groups like the Henry's Fork Foundation also support aquifer recharge.
The real benefit of recharge here at Egan Bench is essentially we get to use the water twice within the Upper Snake Basin. So that means you divert water from the river, right out here. It goes out into the recharge basin, and then that water returns to the river from here all the way down to Blackfoot and all the way to American Falls. So that water comes back in and it can be stored in American Falls Reservoir and then used subsequent years for the irrigators downstream.
Getting paid for participating in the recharge helps too. As the board's capacity expands, they will be paying out roughly $4 to $5 million in wet years and approximately $1.2 million in dry years to all of the participating canal companies and irrigation districts. Overall, the board and the Idaho legislature are pleased with the progress of the ESPA recharge program.
And I think what's heartening is that the state has stepped up independent of the agreement, and we're doing a managed recharge program like never before. In fact, we hope to be viewed as an example and a model of how to fix aquifers west-wide.
We are nationally recognized for the things we are doing in this state. Well, I had an exciting opportunity to go back to Washington, D.C. and testify before a subcommittee in Congress that was looking at water issues in the West. And one thing people in Idaho can be really proud of, we have really are a step or two ahead of most states in what we're doing with water. We're also doing it in a cost-effective manner. Our recharge that we do in Idaho, when we look at other states like California, Texas, and the other states, it's very, very expensive. In California, it can cost as much as $800 to $900 an acre foot to recharge an acre foot of water. In Idaho, we can do that from $20 to $40 an acre foot. We do that because number one, we own the water. Number two, we use existing canal systems. And number three, we've got everybody in the state helping us make it work.